Hello and welcome back to the top stocks to watch for the week of September 19th. As always, you guys know the drill. We're going to start off this week's analysis with our fundamental drivers or macroeconomic data. And this week we have a lot and we have some very important data to be aware of. So this week in specific, we have, starting on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our FOMC statement and federal funds rate and our FOMC press conference. So lots of news this week in regards to interest rates and where interest rates will be heading in the near future, and hopefully how the U.S. economy will be trying to combat inflation. Nothing on Thursday. On Friday, we have news at 9:45 a.m. for Flash Services PMI, and then at 2 p.m. for Fed Chair Powell when he speaks. And just to be aware of what he is speaking about, he is going to deliver opening remarks at a Fed Listens event in Washington. So overall, not too much data. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday we have no data, but we have some big data events, especially on Wednesday. So be aware of 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday. So this week we are setting up quite a couple of nice setups. Coming over to SPY, we obviously had a very sharp decline in the latter half of last week, taking us below our most recent local lows at 388, and now taking us to a new low of 382 for this current impulse wave to the downside. As of last week, we kind of went into the idea that we are now in wave 3 to the downside, meaning we are in an impulsive move, and actionary move to the downside to continue our downtrend. And that is how I'm going to frame this bias. I think that is still the same. Obviously, nothing has happened in the bullish case that has invalidated our thesis, so we're going to keep with the bearish ideology. As of right now, I'm looking for a return to the 390 level, perhaps a rejection, and then a continuation. But with bear markets, we have to keep in mind that the market can move much quicker than we anticipate. So it is absolutely possible, especially because at the time of this recording, cryptocurrencies are down quite a bit over the weekend. It is possible that we gap down on Monday. So we will wait, we will react, and we will take our trades from there. But overall, we are definitely looking to continue our downtrend. Apple is following in a very similar case, and you'll notice most things are, except for Tesla and some individual names, but Apple is looking to absolutely continue its wave to the downside. As you can see, we just had wave 1 completed in our 5-wave move to the downside, so what we'll most likely see now is a bit of a correction, followed by a continuation to the downside. And from there, we will most likely look for yearly lows on Apple and SPY, and just now moving into QQQ, we're going to be looking for a very similar situation as well. Just finished our corrective move. We are now due for another 5-wave impulse move to the downside, confirming wave 3 is occurring on QQQ. So again, bringing in our LE wave principle. Wave 3 to the downside just means we are going to face possibly the most impulsive wave to the downside. So we need to be aware, especially if we start to pick up steam and volatility and we start to move quickly, we have to be prepared to act quickly. So Tesla, on the other hand, we know most things have been quite bearish. Tesla has been honestly performing quite well. We did showcase this LE wave count on the higher time frames last week, where we saw a potential 5-wave move to the upside, and that's the same thing I'm looking at right now. Obviously, since our prospective low of wave 4 on the 6th, we have been in a very steep incline. So we're hoping to continue that move to the upside. If we break above 314, we can very easily expect a move back up to 340, 360. Oil has been continuing its downtrend following our thesis on this series. We came up, rejected, and have continued this move down. Going to probably continue this move to the downside. Not too much right now would suggest that we're going to move higher in oil. Right now we are forming a corrective pattern that does look quite bearish, so we'll keep an eye out on that. Again, still looking to short oil stocks. On the other case, we have a very nice long signal right now presenting on NEO. We are watching on the 4-hour this large or higher time frame wedge play out. Now that it has played out, we've broken out above it, retested our 200 daily moving average, and came right off of that level, and now we are retesting this resistance. So I'm looking for this resistance to hold. If we break lower on Monday and we invalidate, that this trade idea will be invalidated. But as of right now, if we hold this level and move higher, it will look very, very good for a long signal. NVIDIA right now is retesting some prospective lows that we've recently had. I'm looking for the trend to obviously continue to the downside on NVIDIA. Very, very similar charts to Apple and QQQ. BABA, on the other hand, just recently broke beneath that significant support level we had an eye on from the range of 89 to the range of 87. So definitely looking for a retest of that level and then a continuation to the downside. anywhere from 87 to 89, really. And then a continuation of BABA. BABA does look very, very bearish right now and will most likely continue that trend, so looking to capitalize on that to the downside. Microsoft, on the other hand, does look like a really decent long signal again, should we not gap down on Monday. If we break beneath 241.80, we invalidate this trade idea, but as of right now, we are bouncing off of our most recent lows. Providing that it is support, we will likely see a continuation to the upside. So looking early this week for longs on Microsoft, but overall, most likely going to continue this downtrend once we revisit this zone again. So that was all for this week's top stocks to watch. I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, pulled some technical analysis out of it that you can utilize, or some macroeconomic data. If you did, please like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it as always. And happy trading. I will see you in the next video. Have a great trading week.